ஒரு two brothers and opposite வீட்ல ஒரு பொண்ணு and அவங்க bond and the tomboy மாதிரி ஒரு பொண்ணு and there and அந்த டைம்ல me and the tomboy girl and I feel like very sensitive people are brave is what I feel because they're very true and honest to their emotion and that comes from a space of sensitivity.
Plus you end up caring about something very strongly as well.
Exactly. Right. And that is Ratnamala for me also. That is exactly Ratnamala. I am so socially awkward that you would see my feet like that and you'd see tremors, all of these things would be there. Like my friends for the longest time would take so much time to realize that that's me. They'd be like, when the camera turns on, you become a different person. Otherwise, you're a different person. Or anyone from my college, it's still a shock for them. They're like, are you the same person? Sudha ma'am, she really cracked me up like differently. I'd be a little hesitant before I told her anything and then she cracked me up. She said, no, shake this off. This shouldn't be how you are. Like we were all prepared and I think all of us surrendered. All of us, all the actors surrendered to ma'am. In the sense we were all students. We'd all be there at this time. We'd have reading sessions. We'd sit. It was like school or college. Literally. Being such a huge Vijay sir fan, I think it's an emotional moment for everybody, for all of us. SK sir very beautifully spoke about it. So first the elder brother comes.
Hi Leela.
Hello.
Hi, my name is Sudhir. Thank you for accepting the invitation to be part of this conversation.
My pleasure.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Many of these conversations don't typically start with wishing somebody a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Yeah.
5 days into 2026, right?
2026.
Yeah, these days I get confused.
Yeah.
Because it feels like it was just 2015 some time back.
I think yours did pass really fast, so I get what you mean.
Yeah.
But that also means you had fun, so that's a good thing.
Really? Okay, fair enough.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Like when they say you spend time with a person and
you don't
feel
realize.
like time flies.
Yeah.
So I feel like if it felt like a long year, then probably would have been.
So let's hope the next 60 minutes or so feels like that for you.
Yes, I'm positive.
Typically, when the new year begins, right? You've got people taking stock of what they did the previous year, what they're about to do the following year. Are you a person like that? Do you necessarily look back and take stock of what happened the previous year?
I think usually, so I was also a very like free-spirited person for the longest time, yeah. But this year I did do that. When 2025 was getting over and I just sat down, I was weirdly going through my gallery. So I like to like it's weird. It's like a mood board. Or it's like that year.
Put all the photos from Jan to December.
Yeah. And just also all the emotions I felt, all everything I probably learnt. So these things I was just glancing through and I suddenly felt like I grew up a bit. I think that happened. That was
What do you mean?
Pretty new. Well, I was very free-spirited from the beginning, but I think certain you learn on the go, right? So I got into films very, very early. And so then I think it was that year of unlearning and then shedding some off and then just being a new person.
Adulting, essentially.
Adulting, like absolutely. Absolutely.
So when you look back on all these photographs of the previous year, what really appealed to you? What did you really like watching of yourself?
You know, it was a beautiful year for me. It was for me a very important milestone. I also got done with my degree. MBBS, yes. And so that was extremely special for me. I was doing some cool stuff. I got opportunities to be part of great films. And it was an amalgamation of all of these things. So I think it was really that year, 2025 for me was that year where I pushed myself beyond my strength.
So how hard is MBBS? Was it really difficult to get through?
See, it's going to be a lie if I say it was a cakewalk. It definitely wasn't. But I feel that way. Medical degree especially is not, and it doesn't cut slack off if you're also having another profession. But so it's just all the more. It was very important for me to be extremely focused. So I did not have.
Why was that important to you to get through with it? Because I'm assuming opportunities would have already started coming your way while you were through it, right?
Yeah. So ever since my first year, I was always parallelly doing acting.
Yeah.
But for me, it was very important to complete my education. Not because of anything, it was a personal choice. It's not that my family was like.
That's usually the case.
Yeah. But I'm telling you, medicine is one degree you cannot do under pressure. You cannot do under family pressure. Until you love the subject, until you want to know, until you just want to dwell into it, because that's a different world. But I feel like my medical degree or my studying process really helped me in understanding myself and my acting career as well. It broadened my perspective to things. I had different points of views. I mean, point of views. It was, I think, holistically a little kept me very real throughout. Like a college experience, right? So you're in college, you go back there. Here we're coming. There's so much happening. There's glitz, there's glam, there's so much color, and then cut to there's a white coat, and there are actual problems to be addressed, and then you realize that gives you that balance, and I always want that balance.
So what's the plan with the degree?
Well, I get this question a lot,
and
I feel like I don't intend to use it just right now, but I do have plans for it. Like, I can give you an example of how my mother finished her medicine, got married. She moved to the States, did business there. And after 3 kids, that's when she did her post-graduation. And she became a gynac and she was into IVF. So I feel like medicine is that one degree that you can sprout out of whenever. So I do have plans, but
I think there was a time when people would ask heroines typically, oh, what would you do if you didn't come to films? And invariably you had a lot of people saying, oh, I would have been a doctor.
Yeah.
They were like, are you sure you took science in your 11th? But you really are one.
Yeah.
And I think, just looking at the last year, right? I mean, you had what, 3 releases? You had Robin Hood, you had Junior, you had Mas Jatra.
Yes.
Right? And what did you make of how these films were received?
Well, so these were also films that we signed long time back, and these were actually those films that were pushed. Ideally, my 2025, I did want to take a little bit of like couple of months off, obviously, to study. But there were a lot of, obviously, a film that they're going to be like those little ups and downs, and schedules will get shifted, which is a very natural thing. So that had happened. So a little piled up a bit, but I was glad that, you know, these 3 films that released with 3 different kinds of stories. 3 new things that I tried. Like Mas Jatra was an extremely rural role and very not my skin. In terms of character, it was a very different character for me. Junior was again a film I probably started 4 years ago that time. So I'm literally seen growing up in that film. Like, I'm like, oh, so that was when I was doing my Kannada films.
It's very cool that these films can act like time capsules for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And it really reflects, I think, you see the person you were at that point in time also, right?
Yeah. Well, some of us need to really hunt down footage of ourselves from when we were teens.
I think actors get a little...
Yeah, you have so much footage of yourself.
Yeah.
But you know what I think is interesting? While these films necessarily may not have been the toast of the industry necessarily.
Correct.
But somehow you've emerged out of all of this with flying colors fairly, I think, no?
I think that way God's been kind, people have been kind. So I did enter the industry pretty young, and I don't necessarily come from a completely film family.
Yes.
I come from a very educationally backed family,
Yes.
and we have no idea. I never watched cinema growing up. I was a classical dancer, and that was
Bharatanatyam.
a Bharatanatyam.
Mm.
So it was a very different brought up. So I can say that when you get into films, initially my journey was at that point of time doing what was offered to you, right? Whatever you get. Because you're not necessarily a director or a writer to write things for yourself. That, okay, you can always be like, this is an untapped version. It would be nice if you could explore. But it's also, I mean, you really need to earn that space for yourself, and that is time taking. All of our actors today who are able to, I wouldn't say dictate, but at least add to, they've had their journey of this as well.
Of course.
So I can very confidently say that I wouldn't have made probably bang on decisions with stories, but I've learned something everywhere in the process, and that's how I feel anybody's journey is.
Yeah.
So I've really learned from that, and I've gauged, and I'm learning to. I wouldn't say I know now exactly, but I'm figuring things out, and I've figured few things out is what I can say.
And you figured medicine out, so how hard can this be?
Yeah.
Tell me this. So while with this is your first Tamil film,
Yes.
correct? Yeah. So part of the learning that you were talking about also involves coming into the Tamil space and with a film that a lot of eyeballs are on, because Sudha has been she's an accomplished filmmaker who's made some great films so far. So that here's one more choice which hopefully will work out for you.
Yeah. No, it's been like the films that I started taking up from 2025 have been pretty solid.
Yeah.
I think that God's been kind, that they're roles, they're people that I've wanted to work with. So, and Sudha ma'am, I think since Guru, and all of ma'am's films, I think, are so beautiful. And I've just probably been in one random part of the world, but I used to watch her films. And I had no idea that I'd ever get this opportunity.
When did you start watching films?
I started watching films after I started making films. That's when I was even exposed
then
to
it became important to be aware of what.
Yeah, to be aware, correct.
Yeah.
And
lots of Telugu films, I'm assuming.
I mean, I'm not a lot of different kinds of cinema.
Okay.
I used to watch, not particularly a language,
Okay.
but Telugu films, the classics were always there.
What did you find yourself being drawn to? Like, what kind of films? Once you started watching them, you were like, oh, fuck, I love this. I probably should have watched it earlier. Yeah.
Good question. I think, well, I like family drama a lot.
Yeah.
Love stories. I'm in that age of loving love stories.
No, we all are.
We are. So I've always loved, I loved Manisa's films. I've loved so many. I think it's very hard to name. But yeah.
You were talking earlier about how, you were talking about the family being educated. It sounds almost like a very serious setup.
Yeah,
right?
It is.
Right? And then when people think of you right now, because this film hasn't come out, people associate you with those two song and dance routines mainly.
Yeah.
Talking about Mattapeti and of course the Kisik song.
Yeah.
And the Leela that we see in those songs is a far cry from from the atmosphere of what you seem to have been raised in.
Yeah.
Can you talk to me about the dissonance of it?
That, first, I'm so grateful to people for appreciating any aspect of me, because end of the day, that's all a part of me. I feel like all of us have different sides to us, and to come from nowhere and get appreciation one aspect at a time is something I'm merely grateful for. Like, if people assume that it's only that, then I think I would let time tell them, and I would want my work to speak. But they're all judges, and we're here to entertain them. So I do take what they say seriously, and I do work towards it. So it doesn't mean if someone thinks, oh, dance or these two songs, I'm not going to be like, hey, but no, like this. No, I'm not going to do
No,
that.
but it's cool because it's ticked off dance in your resume pretty much.
Yeah.
Permanently.
So so I look at it very positively, and I let work speak after, right?
With those two dance routines, right? I could tell it was important not to feel any sense of inhibition whatsoever.
Yeah, and that was the exact opposite when I was shooting it.
Really?
Not for Kurchi Martapeti. That was skin. So I'm a Bharatanatyam dancer. So because of which you're like,
those steps weren't quite Bharatanatyam.
Yeah. They were. I mean, I think if you solidly practice your classical dance, you can do any dance form.
Okay.
So that way, my feet were very supportive for me that way. But during Kisik was actually something that anyone who knows me, like my own family, my friends, they were like my friends for the longest time would take so much time to realize that that's me. They'd be like, when the camera turns on, you become a different person. And otherwise, you're a different person. Or anyone from my college, they're all, it's still a shock for them. They're like, are you the same person?
Yeah.
But I think that's what acting does, and that's what my job is also.
Did you get to speak with your Bharatanatyam guru about?
Of course. I was very.
What did they feel about your?
She said she said she always knew that I would do something in arts. She said that because I started learning Bharatanatyam when I was 3 years old. I did my Arangetram at 8 years old, and we used to do plays. I used to go to temples and perform with my dance troupe. And so because of which my teacher was like, you're a people's person. Like you enjoy performing. You enjoy that aspect. So I always knew you'd do something.
So there was no sense of limitation in terms of putting yourself out there in a group of people, in the presence of people.
Yeah, while I'm performing. Otherwise, I'm a very socially awkward person. I am so socially awkward that you would see my feet like that, and you'd see tremors. All of these things would be there. It's quite contrasting. It's like it's crazy.
Right. What was the first big dance compliment you remember receiving? Because it takes validation often to come from the outside, right? Before we internalize it.
Yeah.
Before we feel like, oh, am I good? I didn't know I was good.
You know, the thing for me was I always danced like nobody was watching. In the sense, for me, it started with in front of my mirror, by myself. I'd play music. If I didn't have music, I'd sing. And I'd just like, that made me happy. Like dance for me was a form of, that's what I did when I was extremely happy, to enjoy that moment. That's also what I did when I was extremely low, to uplift myself, to pick myself up. So for me, I don't know.
No, even with respect to, I think, human civilization at large, dance has occupied both these roles. Right? It's allowed people to express the heights of both joy and sorrow, I guess, on some level. Yeah. What kind of music would you play when you were doing all of this dancing?
I'd play contemporary. I'd listen to the, like, I don't know if you know Swan Lake and like the Nutcracker.
Right.
And so people assume because of my songs that's only fast, but I love melodies more. I'm into contemporary and I'm a little mellow person, but
if you say so. Let's get back to Parasakthi.
Yes.
Sudha's film that you're making your Tamil debut with. She has always written very feisty women, I think. Largely, I think, taking after herself. I think both in Irudhi Sutru and Surarai Potru. I really enjoyed the feistiness of the women characters that she's written. And they are their own people. They're not necessarily hunting or looking for validation in order to feel good about themselves.
Correct.
How I mean, in that vein is what you're doing in this film quite similar?
Yeah, and I think Sudha ma'am, she represents so many women out there, in the sense there's a sense of inspiration that every woman feels when they look at her.
Mm.
And I'm talking about people on set. They could be our junior artists, they could be a lot of people, but when you see her work, you see the way she does the things, you see the way she conducts herself, how she holds a stand. In today's world where people are so volatile about what they feel, for someone to be that strong about what they believe in or have their own conviction is great.
Mm.
It's so inspiring, and I've always been around strong women. My mother was a single mother herself, so she was again like that. Sudha ma'am, she really cracked me up like differently. I was in awe of her. There was so much respect I had for her that I'd be a little hesitant before I told her anything, and then she cracked me up. She said, "No, shake this off. This shouldn't be how you are." Like, very soft spoken I was. And she's like, "There's a rebel inside you. Bring it out.
Yeah.
There's a rebel inside you." And I didn't realize that I had that person inside me, because I am soft spoken outside, but when situations have come, ever since I was a kid or I was into sports, I was actually a little fierce. And then I was like, oh, so she helped me reinvent myself. And I'm sure that's exactly what happens to every woman who watches her film too. And that happens to anyone who watches her films, because she triggers that emotion in people. You know exactly how to trigger that emotion in everybody, not not women.
One of my I think favorite moments from Sururai with respect to Bummi, I think the character's called. She's about to deliver the child, she's pregnant, and I think her water breaks, if I remember it right. And you've got the hero looking at her because he's got to go somewhere else, and he's like, yeah, no, I can't go, I need to come with you. And she's like, go, I'll handle it myself. I'm like, oh, what a far cry from how generally we see stories being told.
Correct. It's practical, no? And that is what makes it real. Like today, sometimes in cinema, we see things and we start seeking for that in our real life. How much of it is practical? You have to be a little pragmatic about things. And I think that's what Sudha ma'am does. She's very real. Like when there's something to be handled at home, I think we just do it. We're not soft. That's not a conversation.
Come and rescue me.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. Nobody's going to rescue yourself but yourself, my love. Listen, whoever you are, boy, girl, baby, you'll get help.
Baby, fair enough.
You'll get help. It's fine.
That's true. You look the part today in this conversation, and this is something we spoke about just before the conversation started. And that makes me feel like it must be such pleasure to be part of a period film. No?
Absolutely.
You get to dress up. The atmosphere takes you back in time to a place and time that you had no business being in.
Yeah. No, it was very, very beautiful. I remember my journey from the first day that I went on to set. So this film, I think even my prep as an actor, a lot of things are very different from other cinema. We were all prepared, and I think all of us surrendered. All the actors surrendered to ma'am, in the sense we were all students. We'd all be there at this time. We'd have reading sessions. We'd sit. It was like school or college, literally.
Yeah.
And
so you were attending 2 schools at once.
Yeah, like legit. And we would be addressed like, at one point, Ratna means I would. Ratna was my name for some time.
Ratnamala is your character name, right?
Ratnamala is my character. And people say Ratna is when I would respond. And I was so used to it. Then my own nickname when my mom called, and I'm just like, it just felt new, because everybody would address me as Ratna. And at every point of time, I think we spoke, sometimes this happens with certain directors, like, you start talking about the character, you start talking about the arcs that they went through, why they're doing what they're doing, and these conversations really grow on you, and this character grew on me. Like, really did. And that world was, I was the most comfortable
Really?
to
Okay.
be on set. I felt like I was straight out of period.
Oh.
Like, literally, I was like, I think I
So to
belong.
emerge out of it would have taken some adjustment,
Huh?
probably. To emerge out of it
Yeah.
might have taken some adjustment. Oh, I'm not part of that world anymore.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
God, when you say it like that, it just, I'm very emotionally attached to the film, to the people that I worked with, to the experience I had an opportunity to get. I thank my blessings every time. I thank my blessings every time I walked into set. When I packed up, there was that drive back home. I remember so many days of shoot, I used to drive back feeling a little like, okay, I'll just distract my head. But my drive back home from this set would be, oh, there was this that we shot. Like, I would wait to watch that. What would people think when they watch it? How would they feel? Would they be able to understand what I felt when I did it? So these thoughts would keep running in my head, and I'm such a switch on, switch off person. Doesn't happen with me. I'm not a method actor. I'm none of that.
Right.
Until I did this film, and I'm like,
oh, maybe I am.
yeah, I'm like, it really did. This was the first film, I got a script like it was in my hand, and I read the entire thing. And at one point, I don't want to sound dramatic, tears were just rolling down. I don't even know why. It's not relevant to my world. It's not relevant to my life today. It's nothing. And that I'm familiar with.
Tears in attachment with your character, or?
Just a story.
Oh, just a story, right.
Just, honestly, just a story. Not even as my... I'm not going to talk only about my character, but as a story about what happened, tears were just rolling down and I was just feeling heavy. And it's so filmy for me to say things like this because I'm a Gen Z myself. But that is why I believe the youth of today would connect to this film. Because this story respects intelligent people, intelligent minds. It will really connect with them, with their minds and their hearts, is what I feel.
Right. No, I mean, that's the point of art in the first place, no?
Yeah.
I love tearing up in theaters. I absolutely love being vulnerable to films and art. And
I appreciate that. I'm so glad that you said that. A lot of people do hide it.
Yeah.
But
no, they flow very easily for me. In theaters especially.
Yeah.
Life not so much, I think.
Then you're just guarding yourself.
Yeah, I guess
You
so.
guard yourself.
Yeah.
Your shield must be.
I think I need like a Sudha to wake up that part of me too.
Yeah. She's extremely sensitive. She's extremely sensitive. You'll see her. There were times where I remember my bond or how it just organically happened. We're not people who'd sit and talk to each other for hours. But no matter where I was, I'd just look at her and then I'd look at her doing her thing like this and she's doing that. And it'll all be in high speed in my head. And I'm just looking at this woman handling a set like this, a film like this, and taking it up. She's in a...
So if you had, I'm just asking you this out of nowhere. If you had the choice to go back really into the past or go forward really into the future to live life, what I'm assuming you would go into the past.
Yeah.
Because you did really feel a sense of, I probably belong in this time.
Yeah, for sure.
What was so special about that time that made you feel that, do you think, as opposed to today?
There was more conversation.
I know, right? Yeah.
There was more conversation. There was more talking.
Because nobody had a phone.
Yeah. There was more... I think I somewhere lacked communication in an aspect because I wasn't used to telling anybody about my day. I didn't have that... I didn't know how to. And that happens when you lose touch in talking to people. No? I mean, work is work. Of course, in work, we meet every day. We talk to them. But when I have to come back and explain an event that happened, like, okay, if I have to go back and be like, so this event happened and this podcast was like this and we spoke about all of this, it was something that I lost touch with. And I realized when I went back to my grandparents' place, and it's funny we're talking about this today. I was just before New Year's with my grandparents, and I was sitting, and we drove. We drove from somewhere to Chennai. Like there was a 5-hour drive. We were going to Tirupati.
Okay.
So it was 5-hour drive from Mongol, which is
Of course.
and that drive, I was just looking at her. I had my earphones on for my AirPods. I was listening to music. I was watching reels, and then I paused and I looked to my right, and my grandmom sitting there. I realized for 1 hour I didn't talk to her, and she's just
she's not swiping reels.
She's not swiping reels. She's not bothered about what, like, nothing. She's enjoying that moment. I threw my phone and this aside, and I'm like, Amma, talk to me. And she's like, and 4 hours we were yapping, and I'm like, from where do you get this? So I realized that day, that time, there were conversations. They would talk about worldly affairs. They would talk about human beings, emotions. They talk about food, the emotion behind food. It's so sweet. And
No, I know what you mean. I was mostly raised by a single mother too. But you make, while you're growing up, you have all these assumptions about who your parent is, who your grandparents are. And once you become an adult, and maybe like it happened to you, you open up in some space and you have a conversation with them. Suddenly you see them in different light. You have all these wild stories that they're sharing with you about who they are. And it seems to unlock a different perspective to who they must have been as people, who they are as people.
And I think in today's world, we try to find answers for things, no? They weren't like that. Now we're extremely inquisitive. There's a feeling we want to tag it. There's also, for them, they were more chill, I feel.
There's a small discomfort and you immediately want to analyze it and understand it. And hi, ChatGPT, help me understand this.
Legit. They liked living in that little... They were more real.
And you got a sample of that.
That was my journey here.
This film obviously is also very politically charged. In terms of its love for the Tamil language and its interest in preserving it, in making sure something else doesn't come here and dominate it. And, was it important for you to get all those layers as well?
See, for me, politics as such is something that I don't have lots of knowledge about. I've been a science student growing up, and also my interest has always been towards science. So for me, my take on the film when I read it was a very human film dealing with emotions. It was a student film. I connected to that aspect. It was dealing with emotions. At Parasakthi, for me, on the time were a proper if there was a certain there's a family, and the family veliya ஒரு problem இருக்கு. And the problem, because of that problem, what is this family going through? How has it affected them? And how did they cope through life? எனக்கு இதான் பராசக்தி. எனக்கு இதான் I see.
வெளியில இருந்து ஒரு பிரச்சனை இந்த குடும்பத்தை எப்படி பாதிக்குது?
Absolutely. So அது எப்படி அது ஒரு 2 brothers and opposite வீட்ல ஒரு பொண்ணு, and அவங்க bond, and the tomboy மாதிரி ஒரு பொண்ணு, and அந்த டைம்ல
Which is you?
Me.
Yeah.
I'm the tomboy girl.
Okay.
So that for me was Parasakthi. So I feel like those aspects are also established very well in the film.
Okay. It's very interesting you use the word tomboy here. Because typically tomboys are shown in a certain visual light. Right? You've got them wearing sporty stuff, not really bothering to dress up or being very casual about everything, right? But I find it very interesting that you look the way you are in this film, and you're a tomboy, and it feels like, why can't these both coexist?
Yeah. So so the one thing about Ratna is that she'll wear a sari, but she won't care about the sari. So she's going to be that person who her hair will be there. She'll do it once in the morning, but it'll be all messy. She won't care. there's a certain way they tell us you should walk when you wear a sari,
Right.
but she will not walk like that. So we are very clear with establishing these elements that she was ahead of time. So the way she sits, the way she moves her leg, the way she walks, even if she's wearing a sari, is not going to be elegant. It's going to have a rebellion. She's going to have that spunk.
Would she have wanted to wear something more comfortable, do you think, for her?
For her?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, she was okay the way she was. Yeah.
And I was so comfortable in today's world wearing her outfits, in the sense, with, like, while performing especially, or even while dancing, I didn't have to worry about what is where. Like, when you're different roles, different things, I'm not judgmental at all, but I just had this sense of extreme comfort because I didn't have anything to be worried about. I didn't have to be watchful about something. I could...
Every little element of...
Yeah. My only thing was that my hair accessory would keep flying out, but I'd be like, akka pin. My ribbon would come out. It's just very cute problems.
Yeah.
So those were things we enjoyed.
Yeah. Hindi imposition was definitely not a cute problem.
I feel like...
Do you get what that's about? Are you curious?
Well, see, for me, I just know that respecting each language, I'm someone who works in 4 or 5 languages myself.
Yes.
So for them, and I believe that when I go to a place, I make sure if I'm on a stage, I speak that language. That is the respect that I give to that land there and their language.
In this conversation, you slipped in a bit of Tamil also.
Yeah.
This is happening in Chennai. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is important. And I feel like everyone at home to speak, I mean, in their space to speak their language is a basic. And that for them not being allowed to do that is just injustice. So for me, it was simply just that. Any language. I'm not going to be like that imposition. No, any imposition. Nobody should be forced into doing anything, is what I believe. And when we're in our space, when we're in our state, wherever it could be Bengal, it could be Sikkim, it could be anywhere. That culture should be respected with their own rights, is what I believe in.
Totally with you. With respect to all the exposure you've been getting, right, in terms of multiple languages, do you have favorites? Personally, I mean, I know you speak Telugu, largely. Are you able to appreciate the beauty of different languages now that you're exposed to them?
I absolutely do.
Yeah.
I started in Kannada films.
Yes.
And Kannada films, I learnt the language. So I was born in cinema in Sandalwood.
Not too different from Telugu, is it? Or
No, it's different.
It is.
It's different, yeah.
Sounds slightly rougher, no?
It's actually a little sweeter.
You think?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, interesting.
And Telugu is more song-like.
Yeah, that's true.
Telugu is song-like.
Yeah.
Tamil is probably where I've liked my voice a lot. Because I dubbed, and that's when I got the courage to dub.
How interesting that our voices change with respect to the language we speak.
Very, very. And Tamil is also the oldest language, right?
Yeah.
So there's... My ancestors apparently spoke Tamil.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. That's what my grandmother told me, that...
ரத்தத்திலே இருக்கு.
ஆமா. கலந்திருக்கு.
So you've also dubbed for yourself.
Yeah.
Which is huge, because this film is so much about Tamil
and that is why I think...
And it's not like you grew up speaking Tamil either.
Yeah. But I've had that love for the language. To be honest, I've always liked Tamil songs. I've always loved Chennai. For any person who loves art, is the heart of where art was, like, you know, let it be classical dance, anything would... Well, kattukanana is what, like, if they have to learn...
Vela kattukanana, you're there. Yeah.
Vela kattukanana,
yes.
Chennai da. அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு impression இருக்கு. நார்மலா கூட when I was in Bangalore, so ஒரு dance costume or jewelry அந்த மாதிரி, or அதுக்கப்புறம் singing, or for anything to do with art, we always thought Chennai is the place. and so on the madri it's culturally avlo rich.
Yeah. I saw the trailer of this film. ரொம்ப recent it got released, right? And I was looking at it and it felt to me, based on whatever I saw, that SK's character seems like one of those characters that's blind to a certain issue around him for a while, and then that's the journey of the protagonist typically in a lot of these films, right? They don't realize what's happening around them, and then at one point they become aware of it, they realize it, and they see the value of whatever is happening around them, and they begin to stand for a certain set of values and everything. I thought I'll take off from there and ask you whether you were slightly insulated from certain issues growing up, and then maybe at some point of time you realized that, oh wow, okay, I never even thought of this.
Yeah, I think நம்மளுக்கு வீட்ல கூட it happens. ஏன்னா ரொம்ப we'd never know the problems that are happening at home only.
So true.
To be honest, growing up as kids also, we're not told certain things.
Yeah, we only think of our problems.
Huh?
We only think of our
Our
problems.
problems. And we don't know, like sometimes you don't, a lot of people don't even know the financial situation of their families. They don't know what their parents are doing for them to be educated. People don't know a lot of things. We're not exposed to a lot of things. But I think that way the generation's lucky because they voice things out that way. But I feel like, yeah.
So that was a revelation for you, family-wise?
Yeah. I feel like now we communicate more. And mom tells me this is how it was when you were a kid. So I feel like, why didn't you tell me then?
Oh, it was financially not so great.
No. Nothing to do financially. That was an example that I was giving.
Right, okay.
But what I mean to say is that example I actually took from one of my friends' story.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah. So that was from there. Like I didn't know about a lot of things at home. In the sense, I didn't know about my mom. Her journey as a single mother was something I did not know for the longest time growing up. So because they obviously want to show you the rosy part of life only. So that
protect
way,
you from
protect. But it's important. It's important for kids also to know.
Now that you know it, what did you think was most impressive about it?
Just the way she handled it. The way she never stopped. The way she did not give up, and how judgment would never, like, I feel like she's a very, very strong woman. She was, and very hands-on, and that's what drives me to work every day today too, because she was that go-getter. Like she just went for it. So I get that from her. I think I'm a workaholic because of that.
No option to switch off also.
No.
You didn't feel like they even thought about it, or...
And I don't think they also get credit for it, and they're not bothered about the credit they get for it. Like that
Right.
is what I feel beautiful, is that we today, God's been kind enough that we get appreciated if
Yes.
something's good. Yeah, criticized if something's bad, but
Yeah.
but you have that. You feel like you're being acknowledged. But back in the day, they were never given enough credit, or they weren't even acknowledged. Families, even till today, like so many people are not acknowledged. But I don't
And
think
they would
they
have gone,
care.
5, 10, 15 years of doing a certain something for
Yeah.
someone else, and never once feeling like,
Yeah, and
nobody's seeing me.
yeah. That is another level of wisdom.
Today you tweet once, and if you don't get 5, 6 likes, you're immediately
Yeah, like,
what's wrong with
does
this
the world care if it's silly we are, aren't we? It's
What gave you the most joy about being part of this film?
Parasakthi.
Yeah.
To be able to be part of a story like this. ஏன்னா எனக்கு especially Tamil cinema, Tamil audience gave me a lot of love. And from the beginning, and the Kannada film release time la irundhu, the comments or posts I used to see from Tamil Nadu and madri. So I always knew that the debut, I wanted it to be romba special. Rombo, Tamil Nadu audience gives you lots of love. Like examples are there of how they literally, like, they're very giving people.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%, Jola. 100%.
Mm.
And so எனக்கு இந்த ஸ்கிரிப்ட் எஸ்பெஷலி வருது அந்த டைமில் ஐ மீன் வென் ஐ வாண்டட் டு டெபியூ அண்ட் ஒரு பர்ஃபெக்ட் இந்த லாங்குவேஜ்க்கு ஒரு ரெஸ்பெக்ட்,
Mm.
லேண்டுக்கு ஒரு ரெஸ்பெக்ட், அண்ட் அந்த ஒரு பிரச்சனையில் இஃப் ஐ ஹாவ் அ சே அண்ட் இஃப் ஐம் ஏபிள் டு பிரிங் சம்திங் டு டேபிள் அண்ட் சப்போர்ட்,
Mm.
அது எனக்கு ரொம்ப இட்
எனக்கு
மென்ட்
சொல்லுங்க, because those two songs did so well and a lot of people knew you from there. Was also the consequence of it being objectified a lot and all that as well?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. And I protect my mind a lot. I don't expose myself to any information that I feel,
Mm.
because every day I'm in a new place where I have to deliver.
Correct.
I cannot give them the reason that இப்படி ஆயிடுச்சு, மூட் சரியில்லை, அந்த மாதிரி சொல்ல முடியாது. I can't. So objectify, yes, but you're also like there's so much beyond that. I mean, you look at the human body as anatomy. I look at it as anatomy. So for me, I find any one of that very silly. Like I'll be like, I really respect people and the way their brain works. I respect people with their conversation.
Yeah.
I respect people on their choices and their voice towards things. ஸோ என்னோட ரெஸ்பெக்ட் ஃபேக்டர் இப்படி வருது. ஆனால் ஒரு பர்சனுக்கு அது ஒரு மாதிரி
It's
இருக்குது.
fantastic you said what you said, because it feels sometimes that maybe இந்த ஒரு unhealthy curiosity about the body எல்லாம் ஒன்று இருக்குல்ல, which maybe the solution to it is just educating yourself way more ன்னு தோணுது.
ஆமாம்,
the more you learn about the body, the more all of these.
absolutely. And இப்போ நம்ம ஜெனரேஷன் ஆல்சோ அந்த இட்ஸ் மூவிங் டு மைண்ட், சோல், தட் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங், மெடிடேஷன், இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஆஸ்பெக்ட் ஓப்பன் ஆயிடுச்சு இப்போ யூத்தில் கூட. ஸோ ஐ see that going.
ஏன்னா நான் இப்போ பார்த்தேன், ஐ திங்க் லாஸ்ட் 2-3 வீக்ஸாக ட்விட்டரில் the thing, I'm sure you are aware of it, using Grok to constantly prompts வச்சு to undress women and to make sure that they wear.
Oh my God.
And that's pretty rampant right now.
No. அந்த AI மேட்டரில் எனக்கு I feel like advancement technologyல should be for the better benefit of it. நம்ம லைஃப் ஈஸி பண்ணணும், நமக்கு இன்ஃபர்மேஷனாக ரைட்டாக யூஸ் பண்ணணும். நான் எனக்கு ஐ ஃபீல், அண்ட் அது இட்ஸ் நத்திங் பட் பொல்யூஷன் அண்ட் ஒரு அன்சேஃப் என்வாயன்மெண்ட் க்ரியேட் பண்ணுது ஃபார் பீப்புள் அரவுண்ட் அஸ். அந்த மாதிரி பண்ணக்கூடாது, இருக்கக்கூடாது இஸ் வாட் பீப்புள் லைக் வி வுட் ஆல் சே. ஆனால் it's a consequence of the technology we live in. So I feel like I had this chat with my friend also,
okay,
who's an actress, and we were talking about how நம்மளுக்கு பரவாயில்ல, we've become thick skin. ஒரு மாதிரி ஓகே, எனக்கு என்னன்னா எனக்கு ஒரு இன்னொரு லைஃப் இன்னொரு டாக்டர் ஆஸ்பெக்ட் இருக்குது. ஸோ அந்த ஃபோக்கஸில் ஐ லெட் திங்ஸ் கோ. ஐவ் டெவலப்ட் அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு திக் ஸ்கின். ஆனால் யங் கேர்ள்ஸ் ரொம்ப சென்சிட்டிவ். ஒரு திருவிழா லைக் இஃப் சம்படி ஜஸ்ட் ரேண்டம்லி சேஸ் என்ன இப்படி, they feel so affected. Such an unsafe environment for those little girls.
To randomly see their pictures being distributed in ways that they wouldn't like.
And be morphed, and it's horrible. Horrible. It's terrible. And I really hope.
And it's the whole morphing business has become much way easier. Right? You just throw a photo there and you say.
I just hope that even I've been around some very mature men who have not really encouraged, who are against it. I've been around people who don't judge people by it. So I feel like there are people like that outside. I have hope on them.
I think once the world realizes that the sexiest thing out there is consent,
absolutely,
right, they'll realize nothing else matches up to it.
Absolutely. There's so much, there's very I hope it'll change. I hope it'll change.
Now, we were talking about single mothers earlier, and I read that you've adopted 2 children.
I think it's also given more attention than required.
Okay.
Because because as an actor, if you do it, I think sometimes we get more credit for it than required. But that was just a very normal call. That was something that occurred to me at that point.
I mean, it's
And-
still என்ன சொல்றது, the reason I bring it up is because there is still a lot of discomfort associated with it. I don't think it's prevalent. It's not widely done, right?
Yeah,
Even by
yeah.
people who can do it.
Oh my God, had I had the chance, and I really wish to someday, if all the kids would just be mine, and I would love to actually also be able to live with them. I love kids. I love how innocently not polluted, how pure their brains are,
Yeah.
how pure their hearts are, and the joy that gives me is just
So the responsibility definitely is not scary for you.
when I took the decision, I was very young. 17, 18. And my mom's like, yo, you have
I
any
don't get
idea?
it.
You have any idea? But
Hmm.
it was also associated with another situation.
Okay.
So they don't live with me,
I see.
unfortunately.
Okay.
Cannot. So nothing makes me happier than a call with this, like, hi, ma. And I'll be like, what a luck
Yeah, but
it
it's
is.
awesome that your family was supportive of it, and
Yeah.
yeah,
My mom was very
that they
supportive.
didn't run.
Yeah. Like,
We're
they know I'm
"What's
pretty.
wrong with
They
you?"
know I'm pretty, like, I do some whack stuff at times. They're like, she can. My mom knew that
Hmm.
I'm a little crazy that way.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
You were part of this film called Bhagwan Kesari.
Yeah.
And that's another film that's, I mean, it is said that Jananayagan is potentially
Hmm.
drawn from Bhagwan Kesari.
Hmm.
And that's a film that your film is coming out with as well. What are these crazy coincidences that are happening?
I have no idea. Like, I heard about also being a potential chance of, like, but Bhagwan Kesi was such a close film to me, and it's such a beautiful story. And if it's being said again, great. I would all hearts for it, always. And being such a huge Vijay sir fan, I think it's an emotional moment for everybody, for all of us.
It
And
being promoted as the last film and all that, right?
Yeah. And I think Pongal, there was SK sir very beautifully spoke about it in our audio
Watch
launch.
this one first, watch mine
Yeah,
the next day as well. Yeah.
So first the elder brother comes.
Right. So for people who haven't really seen Bhagwan Kesari, right, what should they expect from potentially a film about it?
Well, there's a lot of substance in the film that Bhagwan Kesari for me was a story of a weak girl not having trust in herself, not having hope in herself, who found no space for herself, her transformation. And
That's a character you played.
that's the character. I played the character Vijay Papa, and yeah, I think that's a film to watch, dude. Bhagwan Kesari was a beautiful film. Got national awards. People gave it so much love, and it's an honest film.
Finally, because we're talking about this, what do you think is the clincher for such transformation to happen typically? Like in terms of if somebody is, you spoke about what this girl was and what she ends up becoming. And in films, of course, we've got the hero facilitating such transformation usually. But from your understanding of it, what would you say people typically need to make that leap towards becoming something more?
There are different
braver?
characters,
Yeah.
different women. Like I would say even Ratnamala. And the time Vandana, they'll become like that. That at the time வரணும் அவ்வளவுதான். அது அவங்க situations.
அது வேற ஒருத்தர் பத்தியே கிடையாது.
ஆமா. அது I'm not going to say அப்படி ஒரு someone has to believe in you 100% yes. ஆனா அந்த thought change இங்க தான். It has to happen like within us. நான் நம்புறேன் எஸ்பெஷலி. அண்ட் எனக்கு பர்சனலி என்னோட லைஃப்பில் அந்த ஒரு ட்ரிக்கி சுச்சுவேஷன்ஸில் ஐவ் ஹேட் ட்ரிக்கி சுச்சுவேஷன்ஸ் when I've encountered, I realized I'm brave. I realized that இப்படி நான் ஹேண்டில் பண்ண முடியாதா, லைக் பரவாயில்லையே அந்த மாதிரி எனக்கு
almost feels like sometimes courage and bravery and all of this we realize only about it in hindsight.
Yeah, very true, very true.
I am brave, I will do it என்றதை விட I did it, apparently I am brave.
Yeah. And I feel like very sensitive people are brave is what I feel, because they're very true and honest to their emotion.
Yeah.
And that comes from a space of sensitivity.
Plus you end up caring about something very strongly as well.
Exactly. And that is Ratnamala for me also. That is exactly Ratnamala.
Okay.
She might not be, might not be that familiar to her. It might not be necessarily நம்ம வீட்டில் தான் ப்ராப்ளம் அப்புறம் I'll sit and fight for it அந்த மாதிரி இல்லை. For people I know அங்கே ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம் நடக்குது, we will go there அந்த மாதிரி. ஸோ எனக்கு இந்த படத்தில் பியாண்ட் பவுண்ட்ரிஸ் ஒரு பிரச்சனை வருதுன்னா the kind of unity beyond boundaries is this film. It's also medically சொல்லனா ஒரு wound or ஒரு injury அதுக்கப்புறம் all the cells will go there. All the cells will cause that inflammation reaction. Like that, when there's ஒரு problem ஒரு பிளேஸ்ல everyone ஒரு unity வருது. And
எதுக்கு யூஸ் ஆகுதோ இல்லையோ MBBS சூப்பரா இந்த மாதிரி கான்வர்சேஷனுக்கெல்லாம் செம்மையா யூஸ் ஆகுது. I love it. I've really enjoyed this conversation, Leela. Thank you so much.
I love talking.
Yeah.
I love talking to you, and are we done?
Yeah, I'm assuming.
Are we done?
Yeah. I think we segued and very smoothly moved from one thing to another.
Yeah.
And it just felt like you wrapped it all up very nicely with the whole WBC example.
Yeah.
And what you said for me also feels like the need of the hour, where people don't necessarily sit and wait for something to hit them or to happen to them before reacting to a problem, right? Because if you're not reacting to someone else's, potentially someone else is not going to react to yours as well.
Correct. It's that, no, in today's world, like even on the road, we see something that happens to a person, 4 people will just run and go, because we are in a land of blind faith, blind emotion, you know, and the patriotic ஒரு ours அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு emotion இருக்குதுல்ல, this is the land of that. India itself is a land like that. So அந்த மாதிரி I think
நான் அப்படின்றத விட நமக்கு அப்படின்ற ஒரு விஷயத்துல கண்டிப்பா ஒரு விஷயம்.
There's a song in Parasakthi, நமக்கான காலம்.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
No,
it's a fab song.
Okay, I will check it out.
I wasn't there for the shoot and all this, so when I heard it, ரொம்ப அழகா ஒரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ், ஐ திங்க் பியாண்ட் எவ்ரிதிங் இட்ஸ் a fun film. It's a fun film before they are
before
attacked.
All these layers you say.
Yeah. Before they're affected, you'll see how sweet of a family, ஒரு 2 brothers, அவங்களோட கெமிஸ்ட்ரி. அதுக்கப்புறம் ஆக்டர்ஸ் லைக் எஸ்கே சார் இஸ் phenomenal in the film. ரொம்ப கம்ஃபர்டபிள். எனக்கு பர்சனலாக I had such a great time working with SK sir. Atharvaa sir brings in so much energy and he's brilliant, he's charismatic, and his character is one of my favorite in the film. Vaigre, he plays my friend. And Ravi sir on like how we had couple of scenes we did together, and கட்டுக்கு அப்புறம் I used to be like, sir, நீங்கள் அது எப்படி சார்? ஸோ அவ்வளோ டிரான்ஸ்ஃபர்மேஷன். ஸோ it was GV sir's music. I used to listen to the teaser BGM, that I used to just listen to it on loop. That and Dawn Pictures especially, என்னோட first time working with them. Anna, I feel like they're family to me, and sometimes, you know, you forget thanking your family types enough.
You haven't.
But I didn't speak about him. I didn't speak about my mother. I didn't speak about Sarvesh. But these people have really, really been there for this film journey for me, which was very essential for me to have in life. So thanking Dawn Pictures, Akash sir, for this opportunity.
Done. I look forward to catching the film. I'm very curious.
Yes.
I admire Sudha's work as well. So can't wait to watch her film, see you in it,
Yes.
learn a lot more about Ratnamala as well.
Yes.
Yes. And then நம்ம பேசுவோம் மறுபடி.
Yes, 100%.
All the very best with this film.
Thank you so
And
much.
Happy New Yearல ஆரம்பிச்சோம். Happy பொங்கல்ல முடிச்சுக்கலாம்.
Yeah. Happy Pongal.
Thank you.
Happy Parasakthi also.
Done.